Vinyl community, welcome back. This is Mike. Welcome to Hub Tunes. What do I say? I am Mike. This is Hub Tunes. What do I usually say? You'll forgive me a little bit. I had my COVID, my flu, and pneumonia vaccines this morning, and I'm starting to feel it a little. I feel fine, but it's the head gets a little foggy, so we'll get through this video. This is a concert review. Another one. Pace of concerts is kind of picking up. I didn't do a lot of them over the summer. And I did a couple, but I've already reviewed previous times seeing those bands, so I didn't make videos. November, I think I have 4 concerts, so we got some stuff coming up. I just got tickets to see Los Lobos in a tiny venue. Maybe holds 200 people, maybe 250. So one of my favorite American bands. I absolutely love Los Lobos. Haven't seen them in many years. I used to see them a lot, back in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, super excited to see them in this venue. It's just going to be heaven. So got that coming up. I think I'm supposed to go see Andy Bell, the lead singer from Erasure. Not normally my kind of thing, but a good friend of mine wants me to go with them, and I said, absolutely, I will go. So I'm going to do that. And what else? I have a couple others. I forget what they are. You'll find out. So I went to see Makaya McCraven. I've seen Makaya McCraven. This is probably the 9th or 10th time I've seen him in many different formats, many different venues. I've seen him in bars. I've seen him in jazz clubs. I've seen him in concert halls and rock places. And he's an amazing drummer and composer. It's mostly jazz. But he has his own take on jazz, and that's what I really dig about him. I've done some other concert reviews. You can go into the playlist, concert review series. I think I've probably done 2 other reviews of his shows. And so I'm doing a 3rd one because I love promoting this guy. I love everything that he does. And man, this was a hell of a show. First of all, it was $30. So anyone out there saying you can't see good shows for less than $800 or $1,000, come on. There's so many great artists out there. You can go see shows. So yeah, $30. It's at a place called Thalia Hall. Put a few photos up in the intro. Great venue in the Pilsen neighborhood of Chicago. A wonderful neighborhood, Latino. Very great restaurants, just a wonderful eclectic neighborhood, just a great vibe. Every restaurant is, Hispanic, Latino, just unbelievable food in this neighborhood. And the people are just amazing, and they're going through a very rough time in our city of Chicago right now. And it was pretty rough being down there. The helicopters were buzzing over homes, and it was bad, but I hate to see that to such a vibrant neighborhood. It was a lot quieter. You could tell people were not coming out. And anyway, enough of that. Back to Makaya McCraven. Probably my favorite jazz artist going right now. He was based out of Chicago for a while. I believe he's from Connecticut. I want to say he's from Connecticut. I think I read that somewhere once. But he's all over the world now because he's sought after. He's always making music. He's always jamming, always doing stuff. But for a while, he was based out of Chicago, and we were very lucky. I mean, sometimes he'd just do pop-up shows in bars and stuff. So I've seen him in very small venues, like with 50 other people. And he surrounds himself with absolutely amazing musicians. I will get into a few of those in a little bit. And it was a wonderful night, absolutely wonderful night. I'm going to actually kind of do this backwards. I'm going to show a few of the records that I have of his, and then I'm going to show you where I first got turned on to him, and I'm going to show you his most recent record. So this is an album. I think this is probably one of his first. It's like his second, I believe. And he's on International Anthem. He's been working with None Such too also lately. It's like a combination thing, which is 2 most recent records are kind of they're not entirely international anthem, but his first few are. And he also did one on Blue Note, which I will be showing. This is, what is this called? This is just, I think it's, Highly Rare. And a really solid record. This is very early. This is definitely more straightforward jazz. International anthem based out of Chicago. Terrific label. They do small pressing amounts. They don't do a lot. Some of them, maybe 1,000 at the most, maybe a little bit more on some. But this was recorded on a 4-track cassette tape at Danny's Tavern in Chicago. And it sounds really, really good. And I'm going to name off a couple of people. It's produced and arranged by Makaya McCraven. He does all his arrangements. What I like about him is, yes, he's a drummer. Yes, he's the leader of the band, but it's not all drumming. He's an incredible drummer, but it's more of a collective. Everyone comes together and makes this music. And so it's not, he's a jazz drummer, and it's not all just jazz. You're not drumming. You're not hearing, solos and breaks and everything. It's a communal kind of thing with his music, which I just adore. This has Makaya McCraven on drums, Janice Paul on bass guitar, and I think this guy is an incredible bassist. He's pretty much his bassist. I've never seen him without Janice Paul. Nick Mazzarella, also Janice Paul, he did a solo record for International Anthem. He's only done one. Awesome record. It's probably out of print, but if you could probably stream it. Really, really good. And a lot of these players are on his record. So it's kind of like the old Blue Note days where, musicians from the label all play on each other's records. And it just creates such a good familiarity. Vaccines. And then Ben Lamar Gay on cornet, diddly bow, and some vocals. So this is a pretty cool record. Not like one of my favorites, but it's pretty cool. This one's a wonderful record. This is a really interesting record. And this one kind of has some people on it, man. But this is called In the Moment. And this is really like I think this is more like his first full-blown proper record. I could be wrong on that. I think I have all of them. I'm not sure. I think I'm missing one. But this has Marquise Hill, who's a wonderful trumpet player. He's kind of a standard in his band also. Janice Paul, and the incredible, I've talked about this guy many times, is Jeff Parker from the band Tortoise on guitar. You got Joshua Abrams, who, and this is going to come up when I get to the concert review, but Joshua Abrams from Natural Information Society, a Chicago-based collective of just musicians who just kind of jam and record, and their music is incredible, absolutely incredible. Deshaun Jones and Tony Barbara. I'm not as familiar with them, but this is a really good record. More straightforward jazz. People, Blue Note fans would love this. This is another one. This is the album he did on Blue Note. And this is absolutely incredible. And I want to say, and I could be wrong, I think he might have won a Grammy for this, or was at least nominated for a Grammy. This is called Deciphering the Message, Makaya McCraven. And this is his interpretations of a lot of Blue Note songs. And it's really, really good. Any fan of Blue Note, the label, would love this record. He reinterprets everything. He kind of makes it his own. He doesn't do covers, but they're covers, It's just really well done. And people like Joel Ross on vibes, Jeff Parker again on guitar, Matt Gold also on guitar. Matt Gold, a terrific guitarist. I'll be talking about him soon. Greg Ward, Marquise Hill, and Janice Paul again. Wonderful, wonderful record. Just really, really good. This one is, I think this one might have come out next. I think I'm missing one. But this is called In These Times. I'm not as big of a fan. I like it. I'm just not as big of a fan as a lot of people were when it came out. Got a lot of pub again on International Anthem with None Such Records. I don't know. It didn't grab me like some of the other stuff. Again, Janice Paul, Jeff Parker, Brandy Younger on harp. If you don't know who she is, check her out. She's an unreal harp player. I had the pleasure of seeing her with Ravi Coltrane's band at Birdland in New York it's probably about 10 years ago, 10 years ago now. And she was just playing the Alice Coltrane stuff, and it was unreal, absolutely unreal. She is a talented, talented young lady. Macy Stewart, Chicago singer and player. Marta Sophia Honer. She is kind of like an electronic artist. Greg Ward again, Marquise Hill, Greg Spiro, Joel Ross, Matt Jones, Deshaun Jones. Unreal, composed and produced by Makaya McCraven in these times. And what else here? Okay, so those are a couple of the records I have of his, but I got turned on to him, and this is what I kind of miss. I've mentioned I'm not going into record stores as much as I used to. I'm being more purposeful with my record purchasing. I got to stream it for a while, make a decision, and usually it's, I'm not wandering into record stores and been digging and craving and all that crap. I don't have time for it. I don't like doing it, and I don't have the space, and I don't have the money. So I'd rather my money go right towards what I like. But this is one of the things that I miss about going into the record stores is I would never have discovered this guy. I mean, I probably would have, but I walked into the record store, my favorite record store up in Evanston, Squeezebox Records, and the owner, Tim, said, "Hey, you got to check this out. This is totally something that you would dig. It's right up your alley." And this is the album Universal Beings by Makaya McCraven. And I said to him, I'm looking at it, and it's on International Anthem, so I'm automatically interested. And I remember I was so new to like the label and him and everything. And I look, and there's like 15 people listed contributing to this. And I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, you got drums, you got violin, you got bass, double bass, tenor, sax, Rhodes piano, alto sax, percussions, guitars, double bass again, percussion, cello, vibraphone, harp. And I'm like, I don't know. This seems like a lot. And he explained it to me, and what it is. It's basically, if I can remember, it's basically him. Makaya goes to 4 cities, goes to Chicago, New York, London, and LA. And in those cities, he just gathers some musicians and jams and records it and then splices it together. And so each side, it's a double record, each side is a city. And the interesting part about it, it's just, each city, each side has a totally different vibe. He's now at this point in his career where he's adding electronics to some of the music. He's really going, I wouldn't say out there, but he's breaking like the mold. And some of this is just absolutely incredible. And it's all improvised. And he just, he just splices it, kind of like what Miles did with Bitches Brew. And it's incredible. You got people like Anna Butters, who is a wonderful bass player. Desron Douglas, who had a really good record last year. Daniel Kazmar, Nubia Garcia, Shabaka Hutchings, Josh Johnson, a terrific sax player. Ashley Henry, Carlos Nino, Jeff Parker again, Janice Paul, Tamika Reed, Joel Ross, and Brandy Younger. And it's just such an interesting record. I really dig it. It originally came out as 2 EPs, I believe. And when I was pulling these out, I guess I have one of them. I didn't know I had one of them. I think I probably ordered it by accident. But this is sides E and F. Or maybe this is no, you know what this is? This is 4 new pieces that they added on. So you got the first 2 discs, and then you got another set. I need to listen to this. It was weird. I found this. Usually I keep my International Anthem records in one section altogether, and I found this in my jazz section under M, and it was the only Makaya McCraven. I don't know how it got under there, But you got people, again, same kind of crew. Who anyone knew? Customani, yeah, Camille Williams. Yeah, it's kind of pretty much the same people. But I wonder what city this is. It doesn't say. I'm sure it says inside. But yeah, these are just this album is what really. Man, I was in the car last week and getting ready for the show, and I put this on. I drive a lot for work, so I'm in the car like 4 or 5 hours a day, and I put the whole thing on. Listen to it all the way through. It's spectacular. I don't know if they're in print. You might be able to find one, but check it out if you like improvised jazz. That's kind of got. I want to say that some of it's a little hip hop too. I mean, there's some really cool stuff. What do they call it? Trip hop? I'm not sure. But really good stuff. I just adore this record. So I go to the concert, and it's at this, like I said, it's at this wonderful Thalia Hall, which great place to see a show. Never sold out, and I've mentioned this before in a video about this concert venue. The people who work there are the nicest damn people in the world. Everybody from security to ticket people to the girl who gives you your wristband so you can drink, to the bartenders, to the people at everyone. It's just everyone. I've never had an issue there. It's just the nicest people, and that goes a really long way with me. At my age, I'm crabby and old, but yeah, it always stood out to me as opposed to a lot of other venues in Chicago that I go to. Just the top-notch staff that they have there makes a world of difference. So I go to the show, and unbeknownst to me, I look, and Tom Skinner, the incredible drummer, British drummer, I believe, is opening. And he has a new album out, which I knew he had out. I had listened to it a couple of times, and I wasn't going to purchase it. I liked his album from a couple of years ago, not the live one, but I think his debut on International Anthem. And that one's great. I didn't like the new one quite as much, so I was kind of going to skip it. I wasn't going to buy it. And so I go to the show, and he's opening, and I'm like, well, this is freaking great. So now I'm getting two people who I absolutely love, two great drummers for $30. I'm over the moon. Just incredible. So he comes on, and the show was so damn good. He's a really good drummer, but in a different way than Makaya. They're very different drummers. It had a very different feel. He had some flute and some two girls. One girl played flute and sax, and then another girl played sax and trumpet, and it was just really good. It was a short set. It was only about maybe a half an hour, and it was basically his new album. I loved it, so I bought the record, and I bought the record. If you don't know, Tom Skinner is also in Sons of Kemet. He's in The Smile, the band The Smile, the Radiohead offshoot with Tom York. And he's a great drummer. He's really good. I dug the show. I really did. And so, yeah, they had the record for sale, and I picked it up. It's called Kaleidoscopic Visions. And this is his third record on International Anthem. He has the first one, and then he has a live one, which the live one is basically the first one live. I didn't pick that up, but everyone raves about it. I've heard it, but I got the first one. I just didn't need it, so I didn't pick that up. But I'm digging this. I'm getting into it. I'm still not completely sold on the actual recording of it, but man, the show was killer, man. He was great, and yeah, I could tell you who's on here. I don't think it says. No, I don't see anywhere where it says who's on here. Oh, here we go. Chelsea Carmichael, who was in his band. This is his whole band. Tom Herbert, Robert Stillman, Kareem Days, and Adrian Utley. Really good. It was an excellent opener. I was absolutely thrilled to see him. So Makaya is out on the road promoting 4 EPs, very similar to the Universal Beings. 4 EPs recorded each in a different city. And although he doesn't really promote, maybe there, let's see. Yeah, it looks like a lot of it's in Chicago. Yeah, a bunch of it's in Chicago. Yeah. Actually, it looks like most of it's recorded in Chicago. Some of it's live at the Hideout, which is a great tiny little place. Yeah. This side was recorded in Venice, California, and this one was recorded. Oh, and this one was recorded in London. And so 2 sides are Chicago, and 1 side's London, 1 side is California. So very similar to the Universal Beings record. I pre-ordered this quite a while ago. This is Off the Record. So it's the 4 EPs combined into one double record. And each side, again, like Universal Beings, very, very different, very unique. Really, really good. A lot of it, again, that he's bringing in some electronics. He had Jeremiah Chu on, and I don't know if anyone's familiar with him. He's also on International Anthem, and I actually saw him live probably about 3 years ago. He was out promoting something, and I saw him at like an electronic music festival at the conservatory down on the south side here, and it was great. He was so interesting. I'm learning electronic music as I get older, and some of it I really dig. And he was in the band. The band was, let's see, it doesn't say who the band is. Let me see. The band I saw was Jeff Parker, Jonas Paul, Marquise Hill, Joel Ross, Jeremiah Chu, Matt Gold on guitar. That's weird they don't have Matt Gold listed on here. That's interesting. Yeah, he must not play on here. He's kind of his kind of home guitarist. Like I've always seen him in the band too. Excellent guitarist. So yeah, I guess they just have Jeff Parker. So maybe Matt Gold was doing the Jeff Parker parts at the show. So where was I going with this? This is great. I mean, it's great. And so you got that electronic kind of vibe on a lot of songs, but then you just got straightforward. Here's a trumpet, and here's a killer fucking bass solo by Johnny Paul. It's really, really good. I can't get enough of this. It just arrived the other day, and I have been playing it like crazy. Absolute and just incredible. There's a guy on here. He's on side 2, which is called Technologic. They're on Cross. He is, and that's probably this side is probably the side that's a little like hardcore jazz fans are probably like, what the hell is that? That's not jazz. But I love it, man. It's great. Theon Cross, I saw live again in a tiny little venue called the Sleeping Village, and I think I did a review of it. It's in the playlist, and he's a tuba player, and I believe he's also played with Sons of Kemet and a couple other British jazz bands. I believe he's British. I'm not sure, but holy crap, I've never seen a concert like that. It was absolutely incredible. Just this guy playing the tuba, and this isn't like marching band tuba. It's still a big freaking instrument though. And man, by the end of the show, this guy was drenched, and it was high energy. He wasn't doing ballads. He was just cranking on this tuba. It was absolutely incredible. And his band, if I remember, his band didn't have a bassist. So the tuba was actually kind of the bass parts of all the compositions. It was really incredible. Really, really incredible. But this show, I'm going to end it because we're already over 25 minutes because I'm rambling. This is probably my favorite concert of the year, Makaya McCraven and Tom Skinner. Check this out, Off the Record. Also, Universal Beings. If you want more straightforward jazz, I would go with, Deciphering the Message or something like that. He's also done a Gil Scott-Heron covers album. I don't have that. I wasn't crazy about it, but I may pick it up at some point if I see it cheap. But yeah, Makaya McCraven, the hottest jazz drummer going right now. And he's more than a drummer. He's a composer, a producer, just everything. He's got it all, man. And yeah, check him out. Questions, comments, snide remarks in the comments. Bye.